What's up guys, Joe here with another episode of Chemical Guys Detail Garage. Today in the shop we got this Hyundai Veloster and it's a newer car. It looks great from the interior and we want to show you guys how to maintain and keep your interior and your exterior vehicle looking just as great and as valuable as possible. Alright guys, so as I mentioned, we're going to be showing you guys how to clean and maintain the look of this brand new car using one simple product, and that is Total Interior. Total Interior is an all-purpose cleaner / protectant for your interior, which pretty much works on virtually all surfaces. I love using it on brand new cars because it maintains that brand new look without adding any unwanted shine. The way you use this one is Total Interior, you want to go ahead and spray it onto your towel. You don't necessarily want to spray it directly onto the surface because you don't want to get the overspray on the glass and the paint and whatnot, and you just stay more in control of your clean. So give it nice 4 little sprays, and all you're going to do is simply work the product. And you're going to work it, and you'll see that it'll start breaking down any kind of like fingerprints that are on the actual surface. Any dust, it's going to go ahead and pick it right up without scratching the surface because it does have a natural lubricant that goes ahead and does that for you. And the way I like using this is, since it is a liquid, it's going to go in and trap that dust so that you're not just kind of pushing it around all over the place. Another cool tool to have is an all in the details brush. I love using this right here to get the dust out of the cracks where the door handles are, where the buttons are for the windows, and it just makes your life a lot easier to maintain this. And it truly, at the end of the day, what really matters is the details. This is pretty much what stands out. When people are looking at your car, they're not, looking at this and like, oh, this looks nice and clean. They're looking at your door switches and stuff because that's what they're going to be touching when they're sitting in the back seat. They want to see a nice, clean surface, and that's what we're going to give you. So Total Interior does that for you. You can easily wipe down all this stuff, wipe down the whole panel, and then I don't know if you guys can see down here, you have a feel to your surface, which right here in this section, you can actually spray directly just to make sure that you get enough saturation to wipe down all that grime. So with that being said, I'll spray 2 light swipes. And I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up. And you can always agitate this as necessary in order to remove the dirt, which pretty much gets kicked there by your foot when you leave the car. When you kind of throw yourself out the vehicle, it'll leave kind of like marks right there as well. Another product I would like to kind of recommend is Silk Shine. Silk Shine is a water-based dressing that's going to go ahead and add more UV protectant. So the Total Interior has a UV protectant already as is, but this is going to go ahead and enhance that. It's going to go ahead and give us a thicker, more layer protection so that UV rays doesn't damage this plastic. This stuff works out great for like the dashboard and any kind of vinyl, rubber, or plastic trims. So with this one, all you're going to want to do is you're going to go ahead and get it to the spray nozzle. I like spraying 2 light sprays. And the reason I like using this product is because it's not going to give me a greasy shine. Silk Shine is a water-based dressing that gives a nice silky look. So if you've ever seen silk, you'll see that it has like a nice little sheen kind of look to it. It doesn't really have like a nasty, greasy looking look to it or anything like that. So you can go ahead and apply that to the surface. And the better that you work it in, the easier it is going to be to get that silky look to it. And you make the best out of your product. So as you guys can see on camera, the plastic looks much darker. It looks much richer. It maintains that brand new car look without adding any of that unwanted shine, making it look all greasy and none of that. So me personally, I'm a big fan of this product because, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of that greasy look. So this is pretty much my go-to as far as like dressings for interior and exterior protection. All right guys, so now that we finished the door panel, we're gonna go ahead and move into another area where you get a lot of foot traffic, and that's gonna be this little plastic piece towards the bottom of your door. This plastic piece, you get your foot on here all the time when you go in the car, get out the car, when you just have your foot in the car, it's always gonna make contact with this piece. So we're gonna go ahead and show you how to clean this area. Like I said, Total Interior, spray it down, and you're just gonna go ahead and pretty much wipe it. It's not a hard process. It's just a matter of taking the time to go ahead and clean it. If you have your all in the details brush, you can go ahead and get all the dirt from out the cracks. And that's what's pretty much gonna make this look great. Because it'll be clean, but if you don't get that dust from out that, the cracks, it's still gonna have that dirty look to it, and it just doesn't look that great. Another thing I forgot to mention is when you apply Silk Shine to your plastics, it actually gives it a sleek kind of feel to it. So in reality, in the future, when you do get your foot on this surface, it's actually gonna kind of prevent you from leaving like a scuff or anything, because of the slickness that it has. It's just gonna kind of allow your foot to just kind of slide right off. So same thing, spray, and then we're just gonna go ahead and apply it to the surface here. Not sure if you guys can catch it on camera, like the before and after kind of little, you know, when you apply the silk shine versus on a surface where it hasn't been applied to. It gives it a deeper, more black look, and honestly, I think it looks a lot better. You know, that's pretty much the shine that you'll get with silk shine. If you don't like the shine and you want something more of a natural kind of look, once you apply it, get a dry towel and simply just kind of buff off any excess. And that's pretty much gonna allow the shine to kind of tone down a bit and leave more of a natural kind of plastic look. So just like that, pretty easy. You know, I wasn't here hours trying to clean this up, you know, as opposed to like if it were to get super dirty in the future and you don't maintain this, this can get pretty bad. It can get pretty filthy, grimy, and you know, at that level, you're gonna most likely need like a heavier bristle brush and a heavier cleaner in order to remove that grime. And you know, something that could have easily been prevented all of a sudden takes hours to get done. So if we can stay away from that, I mean, I'm fully on board. I do this on my truck all the time, and this makes my life easier to maintain my interior and to keep it looking brand new. So like I was saying, Total Interior pretty much is an all-surface friendly interior cleaner. Now I'm gonna demonstrate how you guys can use it to go ahead and clean your steering wheel. Your steering wheel is another crucial part that you wanna make sure that you maintain clean, just simply because, you know, over time, I don't know if you guys seen like older cars, they get like this kind of greasy look. And it's not because they put like a dressing on there or anything, or maybe it can be, but for the most part, it's actually body oils from your hands, from, you know, not washing your hands and driving, and, you know, over, you know, long periods amount of time, it starts accumulating and it gives it like a glossy look. And honestly, it just doesn't look that nice. You know, when you get a brand new car, you want to keep it looking that way. So, you know, if this was once matte and then it turns like super glossy, that's probably a sign that you should probably clean it up so that it gives that like that nice matte look. And so you don't have any kind of slippery feel onto the steering wheel, and so that you're always sure and it's not a caution for you to drive, you know, in whatever weather. So you have full control of this and your grips are firmly onto the steering wheel instead of having it kind of like slippery and you got like chicken grease on there or something going on. It just makes you more certain and more careful and more cautious of a driver. All right, guys, so now that we're done with the pretty good amount of the car, we've done the door, we've done the steering wheel, the gauge cluster. We're gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of this car off camera, just because I'm pretty sure on your guys' end, it kind of looks like I'm just kind of wiping a towel on a brand new car. That's not dirty at all, but we're gonna go and get some, you know, B-roll shots of, you know, all the little cracks where all the dust, dirt, you know, crumbs settle onto this vehicle. And we're gonna show you how this car once looked like when it got pulled right off the dealership. My name is Joey. This is Chemical Guys Detail Garage. We'll see you guys next time.